name is Nick. I'm an advocate of mental health. I've been doing advocacy work for mental health for 2 years now.
Hi, I'm KL. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder 1, 2013, and I had a sister who committed suicide last 2008.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm currently in law school, but I'm not that educated about mental illnesses.
Oh, nababaliw ka na naman. This really hurts a lot. Like, inside. I would just laugh it off. Like, sabihin ko sana lang, to, grabe ka naman, tatawa lang ako. Pero like, it kills me inside. Do you understand what you're saying? When you say nababaliw, did you even ask how I am? Did you even ask what I'm going through? Do you understand what I'm going through to tell me na nababaliw ako?
Sinasabi lang sa akin ng pag quiet close friend nga, di ba? Pero for me, it's also parang medyo connected din siya dun sa wag kang dramatic ang okay mo. It's also another way of someone telling you to just relax, na parang nababaliw ka na naman. It's another term for something you say to comfort someone, pero it's parang may negative effect siya, pero hindi alam ng mga tao.
Naalala ko nung na-diagnose ako na meron akong depression. It was so hard. Kasi like, ako nga sa sarili ko, I was telling myself that I'm crazy. So like, hearing it from other people that I'm crazy, it's crazier. And you don't understand yourself more kasi you feel like, okay, baka tama sila, babaliw na talaga ako.
It's hard kasi, like I've said, there are times na you're super okay and then suddenly biglang bagsak. Kasi yung akin is may manic and may, diba, pag manic ka, parang hyper and then depressive, yun yung yung super lungkot mo. Mahirap talaga kasi maraming tao na hindi ka naiintindihan. Ang dami, parang people are calling me names like, ano ba yun? Parang may tililing, ganyan. Parang may toyo, ganyan. Kasi minsan hindi mo na alam kung saan mo lulugarin yung sarili mo. Na parang pag masaya ka, minsan sasabi sila, tahimik ka naman. Pag naman, alam mo yun, parang hindi mo alam kung paano ka makikipag-deal sa mga tao sa paligid mo.
Or I think like, for example, like when you're makulit or you're being, you're having so much fun
Hyper.
I think it's better for people to say na, oh, I'm glad you're happy now.
Actually. Actually.
Oh, yeah, it's
Parang,
about that.
ang saya mo ngayon. Ganun na lang.
Marami kasing times na nagiging normal na lang siya kasi parang lahat ng tao ay paulit-ulit na sinasabi, so it negates the meaning talaga.
Baliw ka na naman. Pero ang ibig sabihin talaga nila is parang, ang kulit mo na naman, ganun.
Shit, ang lungkot ko, I'm so depressed.
Kasi feeling nila emotion siya. Nami-misunderstood nila na parang feeling nila yung depressed is emotion, which is not. If you're sad, but you're not. It doesn't mean that you're depressed.
And it's something kasi na parang, the technology that we have right now, the Facebook apps.
Yeah, meron sa Facebook kasi feeling depressed.
Oh, gano'n.
Yeah, diba?
Yung depression ba, before pa kayo meron nun, or like bigla na lang na-acquire niyo? Or like, is it because of some circumstance?
Sa pag-aaral ko, may genes, depende sa genes, baka meron sa parang sa family mo merong ganong history or because of trauma or parang nabubuli ka ng childhood mo. So, growing up, parang yung self-worth mo bumababa. Parang na-question mo rin na parang ganun ba ako? Parang ganito ba ako kababa? So, parang doon nagsa-start. Parang yun yung parang summary ng mga experience mo ng childhood mo.
For me, there were like traumas in the past, and some of the traumas I don't even remember anymore. It just shows because yung subconscious mind mo, yun yung sinasabi, but you don't know it. You don't understand that it's happening to you. It's a problem that you weren't able to handle as a kid, because as a kid, what were you supposed to do? You're supposed to be playing, you're supposed to be having fun. Pero what happened? There could have been abuse, physical, sexual. I grew up, some of the traumas that happened to me, I don't remember. Pero pagka parang may nangyari na parang deja vu, in an instance, hindi ka pa niya hinahawakan, pero may bigla kang naalala na, ay, parang nangyari to. Wala kasing timeline for depression eh.
Yes.
It's not a year, it's not 2.
Hindi mo alam.
Yeah, hindi mo talaga alam. It could actually last until pagtanda mo. Pagpapatuloy mo yung life mo kahit nasasaktan ka. Or kahit may pain ka behind your back that people don't know about. I think that's moving forward. That's real maturity.
Just pray, have faith in God. If I have a problem and then someone tells me this, it doesn't really help that much. Most people just say that because they don't know what to say, and most of the time it's what people tend to use in order to give you some sense of comfort.
Hindi naman sa it doesn't help, pero kasi I'm praying, pero it's just that hindi ko talaga maintindihan din yung nangyayari sa akin. Hindi naman hindi din ganun ka-strong enough yung faith ko, but it would help kung mas makikinig na lang sila, parang, what's your problem, ganun. Instead of saying na parang, just pray, or have faith in God. Parang, mas gusto ko marinig yung parang, what's the problem, makikinig ako, ganun.
Sa akin din, meron akong na-encounter talaga. So, face to face, sinabi niya sa akin na, hindi lang kasi nagpipray eh. Yan kasi, di ka pupunta ng church. So, I feel like I was blamed for something that I myself don't understand na nga. Made me feel less of a person because I feel like I wasn't religious enough and it made me question everything.
Actually, whenever someone just tells me that, I just let it be. Parang, I just say thanks and then I try talking to someone else. Parang, kasi gets, parang nakakatamad kasi yung ulitin mo na naman yung sabihin mo, hindi nagigets, so kailangan mo pa i-explain further. Bad trip ka na nga, so bakit ko pa i-explain further?
Kaya it's good na makahanap ka ng yung someone na, yes, yung alam mo na kahit anong sabihin mo, pakikinggan ka lang niya, maintindihan ka niya, hindi ka niya sasabihan ng, parang frozen sentences, parang kasi yun na yung palagi sinasabi, na parang, just pray. Parang magsasabi sila na parang, anong gusto mong gawin, gano'n. Gusto mo bang lumabas, gusto mo mag-movie, gano'n.
Ako nga, nawalan ng trabaho wala yan, or compares to other events. Pag ganyan, parang na binabaliwala niya yung problem mo Like sinasabi niya na my problem's bigger than yours, so yours is irrelevant. Even coming from someone who's not who doesn't have mental illness, it's still not nice to hear or to receive kasi you're there to talk to that person na parang, bro, may problema ako. Paano ko ba gagawin ko to? Sabihin niya, wala yan. Ito nga, ako nga, ganito. Pero most of the time, they tend to tell their problems because baka sakaling may makita kang solution dun sa ginawa niya before. It's better pa rin na kausapin ka nila, just listen, imbes na mag-compare ka ng situation mo before or something.
Kailangan lang maintindihan ngayon ng older generation na iba na yung generation ngayon. Kasi lagi nilang kino-compare
Yeah.
Like for example, sabi nila na, kami nga dati, ganito Kami nga dati, naglalakad lang papunta ng school. Pero dati kasi yun Dati kasi siguro mas safe yung place, di ba? Parang, kailangan lang talagang i-accept ng mga older generation na meron talagang gantong sakit na hindi siya gawa-gawa lang, na hindi rin siya ginusto. Kasi sino ba namang may gusto na merong hindi normal sa'yo, di ba? Like sa emotions mo or what.
As a high-functional person, it's so difficult in a sense na, of course, I go to work every day. I do my task every day. The hardest part for me, or the biggest challenge as someone who's diagnosed with depression is I'm a motivational speaker. It's something that like when I tell people na parang, I have depression. Huh? May depression, I'm a motivational speaker. Yeah, what you do is you motivate people, you encourage people, and like I always tell them, you can't escape this big depression It's something na, I'm motivational speaker siya, dapat wala siyang depression. No, it doesn't work that way Whoever you are, it does happen.
Iba-iba tayo ng pinanggalingan, iba-iba tayo ng experiences, iba-iba tayo ng trauma na naranasan. Kaya iba-iba tayo ng way kung paano natin i-handle yung bagay-bagay and kung paano tayo mag-react. Sa isang tao na parang na-rape before or parang sexually abused, yung madikitan lang ng lalaki, 'di ba? Parang medyo na 'yon. Sa iba normal 'yon. Pero sa kanila, parang 'di ba, parang hindi mo pwedeng maliitin na parang, "Hala, nadikitan ka lang ng ang arte-arte mo naman", ganun. Wala kang karapatang mag-invalidate ng feelings kahit kailan kasi magkaiba kayo ng pinagdaanan. Parang hindi mo alam kung ano sasabihin mo. Just stop the person, parang kaya mo 'yan. Never invalidate feelings. Na parang wag mo sabihin na wala 'yan or wala lang 'yan. Instead, encourage mo yung tao and then don't force someone na maging okay siya if hindi pa talaga niya kaya.
You have to have that hope that one day you will be okay. You just don't know when.
Yes.
But it's something that you give to yourself. Hindi mo man alam
Kung kailan.
siya mag-end, kung kailan kailan mo ma-outgrow or matatapos ng depression. But just, I think, having that hope that one day you'll live without it, then I think for now it's enough.
Hindi lahat ng superhero ay lumilipad at nakakapat maskara. Sila ay simpleng tao lang, ngunit at tatagan at malasakit ay pamihira. Dapat mapagaling ang serbisyo para sa bawat Pilipino. Puso, serbisyo, pagkabay, sa pagkalinga laging handa. May hatid na pag-asa, dahil bawat buhay mahalaga. Angels in red vests, sa pagkalinga laging handa. Extra love and care, dahil bawat buhay mahalaga. Walang pag-aalinalangan, walang pinipiling araw o lugar. Pag dumating ang dilubyo at sakuna, gagawin ang lahat upang tayo'y maprotektahan. May patas na pagtrato sa komunidad ng bawat Pilipino. Puso, serbisyo, pagkabay, sa pagkalinga laging handa. May hatid na pag-asa, dahil bawat buhay mahalaga. Angels in red vests, sa pagkalinga laging handa. Extra love and care, dahil bawat buhay mahalaga. Angels in red vests, sa pagkalinga laging handa. Extra love and care, dahil bawat buhay mahalaga.
Kumusta ka? Ano ang nararamdaman mo ngayon? Maaaring ikaw ay masaya, malungkot, galit o nangangamba. Kahit ano pa man ang iyong nararamdaman, okay lang yan. Hayaan mo ang iyong sarili na madama ang mga emosyong ito. Parte ito ng iyong mental health. Sabi nga ng mga eksperto, ang mental health ay ang estado ng iyong mental, social at emotional well-being. Ang mental health ay nakakaapekto sa iyong pag-iisip, pakiramdam, pagkilos, pamamahala ng stress, pakikipag-ugnayan sa iba at paggawa ng desisyon. Ugaliing alagaan ang iyong mental health. Ingatan ang iyong sarili. Para sa iba pang mental health at self-care tips, i-download ang Lusog Isip mobile app at bisitahin ang iChoose website.
Okay, ayan, pagbati po mula sa DSWD Field Office Mimaropa. Ako po si Jeffrey Manzano ng Human Resource Management and Development Division. Welcome po sa day 2 ng ating pagdiriwang ng Mental Health Month. So we proudly present to you guys the Mental Health Talks 2024 with this year's theme, It's Time to Prioritize Mental Health in the Workplace. Ayan, nakakakilig. Salamat po sa mga nagre-react. Thank you so much po sa ating 251 participants. Grabe talaga, mga taga-DSWD. Maraming salamat. Talagang buhay na buhay po yung pag-asa po, no? Na talagang hindi po talaga matitibag hindi na po mapipigilan, no, yung pagdami ng mga gusto po mag-advocate at gusto pang matuto pa, no, para maging in the future maging kasangga natin sila, maging kaalyansa kumbaga sa pagpapatupad or pagtataguyod po ng mental health in the workplace and eventually in the community, ganyan. Kasi lahat naman ng tao may mga at some point talaga mayroon tayong fair share of vulnerabilities na tinatawag, no, pero that makes us human, by the way. So kaya nga meron din tayong ganito mga session para eventually yung mga mental health concerns na pwedeng ma-encounter or baka na-encounter na natin, may matutunan tayong mga strategies, mga techniques, kumbaga, para alam natin kung paano natin i-manage yung mga ganong klaseng mga situations or mga unpleasant emotions, ganyan. But then again, kung maalala ho natin yung presentation ng ating research person kahapon, hindi na talaga mag-get over sa naging session natin kahapon, no? Sa mga nandito, no, pwede bang mga pa-thumbs up or mag-react yung mga kasama natin kahapon dito? Andito? Ayun, dami. Okay. So sa ayan, thank you so much po. So sa mga bagong sali, kasi understand naman talagang ang buhay natin sa DSWD is always on the go. Baka yung iba kahapon nakapag-pre-register, no, to participate kahapon, pero something came up kaya hindi sila naka-join, ganyan, pero naka-join sila ngayon. So maraming salamat pa rin po, no, for finding us the time to join us for this cause. And thank you so much again for giving life, no, for this kind of initiative or undertaking na i-promote po talaga yung mental health and well-being po sa workplace po natin. Sa mga kasamahan po natin dyan sa Ilocanja, Region 1, Region 2, CAR, ganyan. So La Union, Pangasinan, saan man kayo, ganyan. Naimbag na bigat po. Naimbag na bigat kada kayo amin. Ayan, so Ilocano rin po kasi ako. So naimbag na bigat kada kayo amin, apo. So sa mga kasamahan ho natin sa mga Bicolandia, ganyan, maray na aga. Sana po ayun, naimbag na bigat, Sir Sherwin. Okay, so sa mga kasama naman natin dyan sa Bicolandia na maray na aga, sana po ay nasa mabuti na ho tayong kalagayan ngayon. So we acknowledge po yung naging struggle and challenge po natin dahil po ng bagyo, and I hope na you guys are still in good spirit po, no? So maraming salamat po. So yung iba po kasi hindi pa ako masyadong familiar pa kung paano kayo i-greet. Ayan, pero good thing kay Miss Emmy Lesigue, sabi niya dito from Davao daw. Maayong buntag sa tanan, gikan Davao, Miss Emmy, thank you so much. Napya nga agaw, sabi ni Miss Vivian dito, Ma'am Vivian Agustin, and maayong aga from Coronadal. Maayong adlaw, ganyan, maayong adlaw, ganon. So ilan lang yung mga greetings alam ko. So you may send your greetings sa ating chat box, and then ayun, Mayad na Temprano from Palawan. Oh, okay. That's really interesting. Nakakatuwa lang na matuto tayo ibang lengguwahe, no? Ganyan. So, parang yung sa mental health din kasi. So, meron tayong language of the mind saka language of the heart na kung saan kapag nagkakaroon tayo ng parang common understanding, mas nagkakaroon tayo ng empathy and compassion sa isa't isa. Parang ganun din sa language natin. Nakakatuwa lang na natututo tayo ng panibagong lengguwahe, di ba? So, you see the metaphor. Yung mga ganun. So, maayong aga from Iloilo. Maalon pang umaga, okay? Maayad-ayad nga aga sa tanan, karay sabi dito ni Sir Errol. May baga daw from La Union. Ayan, dami, nakakatawa. Hindi ko na mabasa sa sobrang dami na mag-greetings po ninyo, pero you guys are very much appreciated. Thank you again on behalf of our field office po, no, of our humble office. Field office po, Mimaropa, welcome again sa day 2 po ng ating Mental Health Month celebration. So as you guys might already be made aware of, no? So we're now down to our last 2 webinar talks for this cause, no? So we will having a discussion about emotional intelligence, and another thing is about attentive communication. So again, if there's one thing that we could guarantee with you guys, that is hindi namin sasayangin. Ayun, yung oras na ilalaan niyo po dito, gaya po na pangako namin sa inyo kahapon, this is going to be another productive and full of information, insights, and learning, of course, na session na naman ngayong umaga. Okay, so but before we proceed with our business for today, so I think this is just a right time to open our session with an opening prayer pa rin, of course. Let's invoke the presence of our mighty Creator before we start with our activity muna, no? And this is going to be a Catholic prayer. So sa mga kasamahan ho natin na non-Christian or non-Catholic, so you may also say your own prayer po muna. But for the meantime, let's have our quick invocation po. And before that, by the way, mayroong nagpaparamdam pala dito, no? It's 56 days to go na lang pala before Christmas, no? So, konting patalastas lang. I-remind ko lang kayo kasi who would have thought November 13 na pala ngayon. So, bukas November 31, and then a day after sa Biyernes, would you believe, November na. Okay, yun lang. May singit ko lang kasi ay, grabe talaga. Ang bilis ng panahon. Parang last year na ganyan katatapos na natin kumain, 'di ba, ma'am? 'Di ba? Parang last year katatapos na natin kumain ng mga salad, ng mga lechon, mga ganyan. So, eto na naman tayo. In 2 days time, November na. Hello, November na naman. Ayan, so patapos na naman ang taon. Siyempre, tatanda na naman tayo ng isang taon next year. So, hindi na natin ito mapipigilan. But then again, let's enjoy life. Sabi nga nila, life is short. Let's make it sweet. Okay, so ito na po with our opening prayer.
Panginoong Diyos, kami po ay lumalapit sa inyo ng may mapagpakumbabang puso. Hinihiling po namin ang inyong paggabay at karunungan sa pagsisimula ng aming gawain. O Diyos, nawa ay pagpalain mo po ang bawat isa at pumagitna ka po sa amin sa araw na ito. Nawa ang gawain na ito ay maging daan upang kami ay magkaroon ng karagdagang kaalaman na tutulong sa amin upang kami ay mas lumago at kami ay magkaroon pa ng mas maayos na relasyon sa bawat isa. Tulungan ninyo po kami magkaroon ng bukas na isip at puso at pagkakaisa upang mapaglingkuran ka namin sa lahat ng aming gagawin. Bigyan ninyo po kami ng lakas upang masunod ang inyong nais sa aming buhay. At gamitin ang mga talento na ibinigay mo upang makatulong sa aming kapwa. Idinadalangin namin ang lahat ng ito sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen.
Marching all along as one, joyfully proclaiming the beauty that she bears within. The mountains and the hills, the scent of the clean and gentle waters, the lovely and united people bring their voices down. Imanuka, a realizing dream, a haven for all the living soul, higher for the world to see. How great your highness the
Okay, hello. Isang maganda at malusog na araw po muli sa ating lahat. Ako po muli si Jeffrey Manzano ng Learning Development Section po ng Human Resource Management and Development Division ng DSWD Field Office Mimaropa. Okay, so kanina ko pa ito sinasabi, no? But I just can't help but say thank you po sa lahat po ng 251 na nandito po sa ating virtual space, no? Na nasamahan ko talaga tayo ngayong araw, but due to some limit nga pala, no? And ayan, so we're now working po, no, to have another link po for this session kasi we're receiving messages pala na hindi na pala makapasok yung ibang mga participants natin for this work, for this virtual space. But no need to worry, no? Kung may mga kasamahan ho tayo sa office na hindi maka-join, we're now working on it. But stay put lang kayo dyan. So we'll be posting a link po dito sa ating chat box kung paano po yung mirror link kung paano natin sila may sasama dito sa session natin para wala namang mapag-iwanan. Ayan, pasensya na po, no? Nakaka-overwhelm lang ho talaga yung support and yung paglalaan nyo po ng oras sa amin ngayong araw na ito. Anong araw na ba ngayon? Ayan, disoriented pa ako sa oras. Araw na pala ito ng Miyerkules, October 30th, 2024. Okay, so let's do this, no? So without further ado, no, let's just have a quick, one thing that I've really enjoy about kapag may mga webinar session is that I really want to know, I really want to learn more about our participants. Okay, so kindly check, click on the link on the chat box, please. Ayan, so click on the link and then punta po tayo sa slido.com. Okay, I really want to get to know more about our audience today because yesterday kasi na ganyan, no, nakakatuwa yung mga responses and then we're able to learn kung saan yung karamihan ng mga participants natin. Of course, good thing na nasamahan tayo ng mga participants, of course, ng mga taga Mimaropa region. We also have participants from Baguio City, Ifugao, ano pa ba, Samar, and then basta iba-ibang mga region kahapon, sobrang nakakatuwa. And then we're able to, nagkaroon din tayo ng konting mood barometer. So we're able to, you guys were able to express your experience, no? Kung how was your few week or how was your last week or your last month went. So thank you so much. Ayun, from Cebu. Ayun, may mga kataga Cebu. Okay, ang galing. Okay, salamat po. Okay, ayan. So kapag dito na, okay, check ko lang pala. Okay, 1 second lang. Okay. Ilalunch ko lang pala yung poll. Okay. So, let me just check kapag andito na po kayo sa slido.com. Kindly answer the question natin, no? Which emoji best describes your mood right now? Pwede kayo mag-send siguro 3, ganyan. Ooh! Meron tayong nakikita dito na medyo kwan talaga. Anta dito, mukhang may excited kasi may paparating yatang biyaya sa kanyang buhay. Nabuhay. Okay, ayan. So, meron yung mukha na mukhang may nabibiyayaan, ganyan. So, wait lang. Medyo naglalag lang yun sa akin for some reason. Yung ano kaya ibig sabihin ng ano tawag dito? Yung may supon sa bibig. Parang chill lang ba yan? Mga ganon. Okay. Nakakatawa yung mga re-econ nyo dito, yung mga emojis na dito. Napaka-creative talaga. Meron dito yung nilalamig. Ay, grabe. Sana all nilalamig. Serious. Okay. Ayan. Nakakatawa. Uy, meron dito yung may sungay. Feeling, serious. Ayan. So, try natin na yan mamaya. Makontrol natin yung sungay na yan. Okay. So, yan. Sige, sige. Baka may pinagdadaanan si ma'am o si sir. Kaya siguro medyo may sungay yung kanyang emoji na nagamit. And then yung iba, chill-chill lang, may music. Yung iba tumatumbling, grabe. Okay, yung iba dito na mimitas ng mga bulak-bulak, mga ganyan. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. We can see you. Okay, and then, let's check our next one here. Do you guys multitask when attending a meeting online? I just wanna check on your some of your kondita. I just wanna see some honesty here. Do you guys multitask when attending a webinar? Sometimes but not often. Ay, taray. Meron talagang 100% focus. Okay, ang galing. Kasi ako medyo yung focus ko kasi na ganyan minsan medyo depende sa preoccupations. Minsan kasi na ganyan sobrang anta dito. Alam niyo yung goldfish, minsan may ganun ako moment mga ganon. So yung iba nag-encode daw while attending, ay grabe naman si Mamea Franco, talaga naman multitask queen yata tong si Mamea, aba. Pero almost normal na yan sa atin, no, dito sa DSWD, no, yung nagmo-multitask, and batak na batak yung karamihan sa atin. Imagine, nag-encode daw while attending. And karamihan, 75%, yes, I'm guilty yung sagot. Thank you so much, guys, for your honesty. That is very much appreciated. Kasi that's almost undeniable, no, given that yung schedule naman kasi natin. So we really cannot blame you guys at all. So that's perfectly fine. But please find time to somehow makakuha kayo or maka-pick up kayo ng mga learnings pa rin po, no? Doon sa mga last two topics po natin na talaga naman pong still talagang marami pa rin kayo mapupulot ng mga learnings. I'm telling you guys. So you guys made a great decision to join us here today. Okay, yung iba naman, 21% says, sometimes but not often. Okay. And yung 12% naman, my mind tends to wander. Okay, so really can't blame you guys. There are no right or wrong answers for no right or wrong answer for this one, by the way. No, so this is just to test the water, by the way. So 3% naman is 100% focus. Ay, ang galing naman nito. Okay, sana all, no? Sana all ka na lang. At talaga ibig sabihin na ganyan na kanila, they know how to they know how to manage their time really well, and I know how to yung utak nila para mapag-focus talaga sila 100%. Angas ng 3% na to. Thank you so much. Karamihan sa sumagot nito is 72%. Guilty sila. Okay. And for our last question, if you could instantly become an expert in something, isa lang, what would it be? If you could instantly become an expert in something, what would it be? Tignan nga natin. Yes daw. Oh, expert in yes? Grabe naman yan. I'm a yes person na almost. Yung iba gusto maging expert sa languages, Python coding. Interesting, Python coding. Ano kaya yan? Mukhang may kinalaman sa computer, mga ganun siguro. Public speaking, multitask. Ayan, may nainggit tuloy kanina sa multitasking. Sana all daw. Matuto sa multitasking, facilitation, case management, listening ear, counseling. Okay, that's interesting. What else? Being heartbroken. Gusto maging expert sa pagiging heartbroken? Bakit? Okay. Reading people's emotion. Okay, that's also interesting. They want to be expert in everything. Sabi nga nila na ganyan, you really can't have it all. So, meron tayong stoicism. Oh, that's interesting though, no? Stoicism, okay. Minsan na ganyan, hindi mo kailangang dibdibin yung mga bagay-bagay. You just really have to accept it as it is. Maganyan pa rin masyadong maging reactive sa mga bagay-bagay. That's also something that I would also wanted to learn lately. Stoicism, that's also good. Psychological assessment, mukhang tagapan natin to, mukhang katropa natin to, no? Psychological assessment, experts sa love, negotiation, financing, what else? Ano pa dito? Ayan, pinakamadami dito, purposive communication, counseling, public speaking, multitasking, everything. Ayan, I can see your answers, guys. And thank you so much po, no, for sharing your thought on this one. Okay, all right. All right, so let's move on. Okay, with our business for today. For us to maximize the time, no? Kasi itong ating mga RP talaga, sabi ko nga sa inyo, ilan lamang sila sa pinaka pangmalakasan natin sa field ng psychology, no? So we're just really glad na nakapagbigyan tayo, no, and given our given the schedule that they have, kasi nga tapos yung schedule din natin na available, so it's just perfect timing. So destiny, if I may call it, no, na napagbigyan tayo ng pagkakataon to discuss this timely and relevant na discussion about mental health and well-being in the workplace with this lineup of talaga namang pangmalakasan nating mga resource person for our celebration of National Mental Health Month. So joining us here today is Doc Argel Masanda and Mr. Lordy Angelo Santos. So kahapon nga na ganyan, we're able to discuss na yung ating We Support and then workplace mental health and well-being. Okay, so without further ado, let's get down to business. But before that, again, for the record, let me just give you guys a heads up that this webinar will be recorded and there will be a photo opportunity a bit later on, perhaps after the presentation or a bit later than that. And let's also keep this a safe space for all. Kasi one thing that we want to establish here is that gusto natin na ma-express yung thoughts and insights natin, no? So you kindly utilize the chat box, no, to key in your questions, to share your insights as well. So you guys have the freedom to do so, provided let's keep it polite and respectful, and above all, a safe space for us to learn at the same time. And the last one will be, this seminar is intended for informational purposes only and is not substitute for professional psychological services. Okay, so I think we're good to go now. All right. So, without further ado, let's get down to business for today. Ito na, ipapakilala ko na po yung ating unang RP po ngayong araw po ng Miyerkules. Kanina pa ako nadidisorient sa oras talaga. Okay? Siya na, medyo overwhelmed lang talaga ako. Sobrang excited lang talaga ako sa RP natin for today because he is a distinguished nationalian educator who sets the bar high in psychology, holding a position of full Professor 1 at the National University Clark campus. A doctor of philosophy and psychology, major in forensic psychology. He is also a psychologist, psychometrician, guidance counselor, and a professional teacher. With 21 high-impact research papers and over 350 global lectures, his accolades include the Toyn Award in 2017, which is an ASEAN award from Singapore, and 3 Best Paper Awards from Central Luzon State University. Beyond academics, he serves as the principal research consultant for the Center for the Prevention and Treatment of Child Sexual Abuse. With pride and honor to introduce the very first Filipino psychologist to earn a degree in forensic psychology and soon to be officially launched as the Explorer Psychologist po, no? Dito natin siya soft launch as the Explorer Psychologist. With honor and pride, sir, let's all welcome Dr. Argel Bondok Masanda. Doc Argel, magandang buhay po. Good morning po.
Hello, Sir Jeffrey. Magandang buhay sa inyo. Love your energy. Thank you so much, everyone. At maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat for being here. I hope my audio is good. And so I'm quite excited and happy, okay, to be invited here. Ako pa kinakabahan. It's not my first time, of course, to do this, but every time I do something like this, it makes me kind of nervous. And this is my end time in DSWD. Marami pong salamat. Last year or last 2 years siguro yon, I also had some program, webinar with the DSWD on a national level. I'm not sure kung meron dito naka-attend ng mga talks ko before in DSWD. Ang nag-organize naman nito ay yung central office, okay, through Sir Christian Miranda Ranche, pero I think wala na rin siya ngayon sa head office. Hindi ko na alam kung saan na siya napunta. Okay, so again po, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Let me share my PowerPoint. Sir Jeffrey, okay ba ako mag-screen share?
Definitely yes, sir. Okay,
Alright.
let's stop presenting po.
Thank you po.
All right, so the floor is yours, Doc. So please take it away.
Thank you, sir. Yan. Is it moving na po ba? Ay, teka. Parang ang na-screen share ko yata ay yung aking... Wait lang po. Yon. Okay, I hope my presentation is good. Sir Jeffrey, kindly...
Yes, sir.
is it moving po ba? Teka, ayan.
Yes, sir. It is.
Ayun. All right, thank you. So the topic given to me for this morning is harnessing emotional intelligence for effective leadership. And I couldn't be happier with this topic when Ma'am Gemma. Anyway po, maraming salamat kay Ma'am Gemma for the correspondence. Big shout out to you, Ma'am. Really appreciate it. When I learned about the topic, it makes me quite happy and excited. Okay, kasi this is a topic that I really like to talk about. Okay, especially when it comes to EQ. Because nowadays, ito yung bagay na hindi masyadong napagtutuunan ng pansin ng mga tao, or perhaps majority if not everyone is aware of it, but not implementing it. Okay, I hope I make sense to that. Alam mo yan, parang ang dali kasing sabihin that I know what EQ is, and okay, and I know how important EQ is, but not everyone is actually having a good EQ, okay, or emotional quotient. Okay, especially let alone for those who are playing a leadership role. Okay, therefore, especially for those people who are in a leadership position, or even though wala ka pa sa leadership position but you have a very good leadership qualities or potentials, having a good emotional intelligence would definitely boost you long way. Okay? Yan yung madalas na nagkukulang sa mga tao eh. Maraming tao intellectually matalino, pero pagdating sa emotionality, medyo nagkukulang. Hence, ito yung pagtutuunan natin ng pansin ngayong umagang ito. Alright? So, for the outline of my presentation po, I'll be starting with some introduction. Kakailanganin ko po ang inyong maalab na pakikisangkot. Yan, dito sa aking Q&A later. Yan, and then, ano nga ba ang EQ or emotional intelligence? Ito ba ay, paano siya nasusukat? Paano natin nalalaman kung isang tao ay may maganda, mataas, or okay na EQ? Yan. And of course, yung meat ng ating program, how are we going to leverage EQ for effective leadership? So to speak, paano ba natin matutulungan yung sarili natin? Okay, take note ha, matutulungan yung sarili natin na mag-develop ng better emotional quotient nang sa gayon ay matulungan din natin ang ibang tao. So yesterday you had your mental health awareness na, di ba? And I'm pretty sure the 242 people na nandito ngayon, 250 yan na people na nandito ngayon, are familiar that mental health is not just about ourselves. It's also about how we are going to help other people. Diba? Needless to say na nasa DSWD ako ngayon. Diba? The Department of Social Welfare and Development. Ano ba ang pinakamandato ng DSWD? Basically, tumulong sa tao. So therefore, how are we going to help other people also talks about how we are going to help ourselves. So to speak, the first step on helping other people is to help ourselves. And today, we are specific to emotional quotient, to the emotional intelligence, okay, so to speak, para mas matulungan natin ang ibang tao. The good thing about EQ, mga ma'am and sir, is that if you have a good EQ, hindi lang ikaw ang nakikinabang. Okay? So to speak, mas nakikinabang actually ang ibang tao kapag mataas ang emotional intelligence mo. Okay? So, yan yung parang, ano tawag dito, promise of leveraging EQ, not just for effective leadership, but, you know, for a flourishing sense of well-being. Yan, okay? Then after that, some epilogue, siguro some Q&A or some concluding thoughts and some promotions, okay, from my end. Okay po, so let's keep the ball rolling and let's start with a quick survey. So I am a mental health practitioner. I am definitely fond of doing quick surveys, okay, yung mabilis ang usapan. So I need you to tell me, okay, your response to these questions. First question po natin, how well do you understand your emotion? Yan, I have here 7 smiley faces. One would be well understood or well, you are able to understand it very well. 7 naman yung medyo hindi. Okay? So baliktad lang po yung ating scale dito from 1 to 7. Let's use our chat box po, mga ma'am and sir, and share to me how well do you understand your emotions. Yun, may nakita na ako sumasagot. So it's ranging from 1, 2, 3, 4. Maraming salamat. So I'm seeing a 5. Wala pong problema kung ang sagot natin ay 6 or 7 pa ha. Ibig ko sabihin, that only means ito yung room for improvement natin. And as we all know, lahat naman tayo merong rooms for improvement. Naka-plural po yun ha, rooms. Yan. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the candor. Thank you for the honesty. Sa totoo lang po, emotions natin ang mahirap talaga unawain. Diba? Sometimes kasi example, you feel like you are being angry. Okay, because yung kaibigan mo, halimbawa, dinedma ka, kahit pa nag-hi ka naman sa kanya. Or sabi mo kahit hindi kaibigan, kasamahan mo na lang sa trabaho. Diba? Para sabi mo, huy, hi Argel, morning. And then si Argel, dire-diretso lang naglakad, hindi ka pinansin. Diba? Ang initial reaction mo doon, parang, wow, attitude ka ha. Parang ganyan, diba? Parang irritating, diba? Mapoprostrate ka, magagalit ka. O yan, so different emotions na yon. Pero when you sit with your emotion for quite a while and you do your best to put a name on that emotion, you're going to discover it's not anger. You're going to discover it's more like sadness. Diba? Yan. So, we're going to talk more about emotions later. And ang magandang benchmark natin dito would be yung pelikula na Inside Out, kung napanood nyo na po, di ba? The message of that film, or those films, kasi dalawa na siya, quite simple. Whatever emotion it is that you feel, you have to embrace it. Di ba? Hindi pwede na lagi ka lang joyful. Kasi sometimes, ano ba tawag dito? Forcing yourself to feel the joy when you are actually sad is not healthy. Okay? So there are times na kailangan maramdaman mo naman yung sadness, yung anger, yung frustration, yung disgust, yung fear. It's not always the joy. Right? So, yan po. Thank you. Next question. How much can you control your emotions? So kanina, how much can you understand? Ngayon naman, how much can you control? Alright? Yan. Thank you. Salamat po sa candor ninyo. Okay, so I'm seeing responses from 2 hanggang 7 this time. Okay, I'm quite happy that you are quite honest with yourself. Of course naman, di ba? Parang sino pa bang lolokohin natin? Okay. Understanding our emotion is one thing, controlling them is another. Alright? Kasi after all, tao lang tayo, and being tao lang tayo would mean that you're driven by emotions. Okay? Meaning, you are a sentient being. When we say sentient, nakakaramdam ka. And there are times that we are overridden by our emotions. In fact, there are moments in our lives that perhaps you need to be overridden by emotion and stop objectifying things, stop intellectualizing, stop using your brain and use your heart naman for a while. Okay, I understand there are moments in our lives na ganon. But take note, hindi rin naman pwede na laging ganon. Hindi rin pwede na laging isip lang ang ginagamit. Okay? Hence the question, how much can you control your emotions, especially when the emotions are quite strong? Are your emotions stronger than you, or you're stronger than it? Well, we have to be the second one. We have to be stronger than our emotions. Okay? Take note po, mga ma'am and sir, that not because your emotions are valid doesn't mean that your actions are. Okay? Di ba? Valid yung emotion, valid na nagsaktan ka, valid na nagalit ka, valid na na-prostrate ka. Pero hindi valid na siniraan mo yung tao just because sinaktan ka niya. Or just because pakiramdam mo, sinaktan ka niya. Just because pakiramdam mo, nasaktan ka niya. Okay? So, yun po. So, our emotions are one thing and our actions over those emotions are completely another. Yan. Okay? Thank you kay Sir Juan Carlos. Here. Thank you. Okay? Next natin, another question. Yun pala. Teka po. Balikan ko lang muna pala yung pinag-uusapan natin. Bilang isang mental health professional like me, it's quite common kasi sa akin to encounter people na ang ginagamit nilang justification of what they did ay emotion. I'm not so sure if that is always okay, but majority of the time, emotions definitely are valid, but not always valid when translated into actions. Okay? So, doon na lang tayo. Pero again, I understand there are situations kasi na kailangan gamitin mo rin yung puso mo, hindi pwedeng puro isip lang. Okay? Yan ba? Next, yan. How much can you take in delaying your gratification? Yan, di ba? I love this question. Gaano mo kaya na i-delay yung kaligayahan or kasarapan sa buhay? Okay, so 3, 4, 2, 3, okay. 4, okay, thank you. So medyo nasa central tendency tayo ngayon. Yan. So as you can see, your ability to delay your gratification would actually reflect how disciplined you are in achieving your goals in life. Yan. And it's very important that we are able to delay the gratification, di ba? Yung tipong instead na matutulog ka na lang ngayon ng 9:00 ng gabi halimbawa, diba? Mag-aral ka pa muna, mag-training ka pa muna kasi meron kang goal na ma-achieve yung degree na pinapangarap mo, for example. Diba? Eh, sarap kayong matulog, lalo na pagpagod ka. And yet, dahil ang dami mong kailangan gawin, i-delay mo muna yung gratification ng pagtulog at mag-training ka muna, mag-aral ka muna. Diba? Burn that midnight oil muna. So, those are the things that I'm trying to ask here. How much can you take in delaying your gratification? So, salamat po sa mga sumasagot. Okay, next natin, konti lang po ito, mga 658 questions lang. Charot lang po. The next question, how much can you understand and share the emotions of others? So this time, I'm not asking about your emotion, I'm already asking about other people's emotion. Okay, wow. Well, I'm so happy na nakikita ko ang sagot ay nasa 1, 2, 3. Well, bigla ko nga namang na-realize, I'm talking among social workers here and psychometricians, psychologists, counselors, like that. And tayo nga naman kasi talaga yung profesyon na talagang very empathic. Okay, more than just the sympathy that we usually give to people. And I'm so happy to see that. Okay, kasi I know I am in the right place. Feels so good to feel that way. Okay, thank you po, thank you. Okay, next question natin. How well do you relate, okay, and communicate with others? So this time, it's no longer just about understanding their emotions, but more on paano ka nakikisama at nakikitungo, nakikipagkapwa tao. Yan. Alright? Okay, so happy to see as well answers between 1 to 3, 1 to 4. Ayan. Okay, again, just like what I mentioned earlier, parang dapat ka lang naman, di ba? No? Kasi mga mental health professionals tayo. So dito tayo mahusay dapat. Alright, thank you, thank you. If ever man na hindi, don't worry po. Kaya po itong matutunan. That's the point, okay? We have to develop our growth mindset that we are able to develop specific qualities that we can use for us to flourish in our lives. Okay? I think I'm down to the last question na. Ayan. How's your life as a whole? Sorry, hindi ko pala natanggal yung emotional quotient. How's your life as a whole naman? Ayan. Putting all things together. How's your life as a whole? All right, so I'm seeing between 1 to 5. All right, thank you, thank you. Marami pong salamat for answering my questions. Now, let's process what we have went through. So, as you can see, naka-quotation mark dito yung salitang emotional quotient. And those first 5 questions that I ask pertain to the different aspects of emotional intelligence. Ang emotional quotient po kasi is the numerical coefficient or value of emotional intelligence. So in my talk, in my delivery, I'm using them interchangeably po ha. Okay? Although in its technicality, intelligence is the construct, quotient is the value. Yun. Alright? So, basically, kung mataas ang sagot mo dito, sorry pala, baliktad pa nga pala yung scale natin. Kung mababa yung mga answers mo doon sa mga tanong ko, meaning nagre-range siya ng 1 to 3, yan, ibig sabihin nito, mataas yung emotional quotient mo. And as we have seen here, ang emotional quotient natin talks about our ability to understand ourselves and our ability to understand and help others. Okay? Emotional quotient does not stop on us. It actually is extended to other people. And that ability to merge ourselves with other people equates to our emotional intelligence. So, ito na po yung sinabi ko kanina na ang tao na mataas ang emotional intelligence, mataas ang kanyang EQ, so to speak, ay isang tao na malaki ang naitutulong sa ibang tao. And since tayo ay nasa DSWD, kailangan talaga natin mataas ang ating EQ. Okay? Kung hindi pa po siya kataasan, okay lang po yan. Kaya nga po matututunan dapat yan. Okay, matututunan natin yan at dapat nating matutunan. Okay, kasi ang ating presumption dito ay kaya po natin itong matutunan. Halos lahat naman ng bagay na naisin natin, kaya po natin yan. Growth mindset ang tawag po natin doon. Okay? So growth mindset is another topic that I usually deliver. So yesterday, I was at NIA, National Irrigation Administration, in provincial office po ng Nueva Ecija. Since I'm from Nueva Ecija, yun naman yung topic ko sa kanila kahapon. It's about growth mindset. Then later this afternoon, I will be at BGC. So right after ng talk ko po, pag na-drive na ako pa luwas ng Metro Manila, I'll be at FWD naman, yung life insurance. Ang topic naman namin doon ay about mental well-being. Okay, so I'm quite happy that we are given a lot of opportunities to advocate for mental health. And kayo po, ayan, yung 251 na tao na nandito ngayon, ay katuwang natin doon sa advokasya, okay, para palaganapin pa po yung tamang pangunawa about mental health. Okay? So again po, salamat sa inyo. Ayan, for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, so let's continue. Again, ang gusto po natin, ang EQ natin as much as possible ay nasa 1, 2, 3. But kung wala pa siya sa 1, 2, 3, okay lang po yan, i-goal lang natin. Di ba? Parang halimbawa ako personally, ang goal ko maging self-actualized na tao. And for me, hindi pa. Okay, I'm still young. I'm 35 years old. Okay, so I think I still have a lot of time for me to become self-actualized. Same here sa EQ. Kung tingin natin ay hindi pa ganong kataas yung score natin, wala pa tayo sa 1, 2, 3, that only means na ito pa yung room for improvements natin. And you should be happy knowing ano pa yung mga rooms mo na dapat nating i-improve. Okay, so let's define now what is emotional intelligence. So it is often abbreviated as EI or EQ. It is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways. It also involves the ability to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. It's actually quite, parang, it's a wonder. Okay, among human beings na tayo yung very able to understand our emotions compared to other living organisms. And yet, not many of us are actually able to control it. Diba, no? And for other people pa, they displace their responsibilities and even diffuse it. Okay, just because of what they feel, just because of their emotions. Diba? Parang, I don't know, I observe to a lot of people nowadays, para bang ang dali na lang nilang sabihin na, ay hindi ko na po gagawin yung pinapagawa sa akin kasi affected na po yung mental health ko. Wow, using the mental health card in the wrong way. You're exploiting it if you're doing that. Ibig ko sabihin, of course, we know for sure na kung tingin mo hindi mo pa kaya in terms of your mental health, then take a rest. Di ba mag-recharge ka, do your self-care regimen. But it should not be used as an excuse, okay, to as a reason to excuse ourselves from our responsibilities. Okay? Especially yung emotions. Ito kasi yung laging ginagamit para bang, I am so offended by what I heard you said. So what? When I say so what I meant there is that, siya ba ang nag-produce ng emosyon na yan sa'yo? Or you choose to have that kind of emotion based on how you reacted on the situation instead of how you responded? Di ba? So what I'm trying to say here is that a lot of people tend to misconstrue what emotional intelligence is because you cannot use your emotions as your reasons to excuse. You have to use your emotions in a very proactive way such that you will achieve a flourishing sense of well-being and on the process, help other people as well. Hindi ito yung dapat na ginagamit natin na just because na-offend ka sa narinig mo, just because na-offend ka doon sa sinabi niya, iaawayin mo na siya. Na just because you don't feel good about what is happening, i-diffuse mo na yung responsibility. You are tasked to do that eh. Diba? Yung bang lagi mong i-exploit yung mental health card mo. Pero again we have to achieve the balance. We have to take care of ourselves such that hindi mo dapat isasakripisyo yung mental health mo over anything else. But you really cannot use it as well as an excuse. Ang hirap i-achieve ng kanyang balance kasi di ba back in the days, yung parang sinasabi sa video kanina, ini-invalidate yung mental health. Nowadays naman, ini-exploit ang mental health. Kaya ako medyo pikon ako sa mga ganun di ba? Parang, how are we going to achieve the balance ba? People are now aware, and those people with enough awareness tend to exploit it. That's wrong. And the point of exploitation, ito, sa emotions, na parang lagi ginagamit na I don't feel good about this, I don't like what is happening, I'm not happy about it. Well, if you are very good, okay? But how are you going to use that to actually flourish and help others, not to excuse yourself? Yan. I hope po nakuha po yung point ko doon. Okay po ba tayo doon? Can I have some thumbs up kung nakuha po yung, kung na-receive yung ating message? Yun. Alright. Thank you so much. Thank you so much po. Okay, so let's continue. So, leveraging EQ for effective leadership. So, ano-ano ba yung factors, okay? So, emotional intelligence has emerged as a critical factor in effective leadership. That's true. Marami tayong mga leaders na matatalino, mahuhusay, period. But not everyone are actually emotionally intelligent. Alam mo yon, yung leaders na ginagamit yung emotions niya to come up with a decision. Diba? Bakit yun ang dinicide mo? Kulturang Pilipino pa man din. Wala, feel ko lang. Wow, really? I mean, okay that you have a feeling about it, but take note when it comes to effective leadership decision making, hindi pwedeng emotions lang. Okay? Dapat ay objective ito. Okay? Take note po that when we talk about emotional intelligence, that doesn't mean completely using your heart over your brain. A good emotional intelligence would mean that you're able to use both effectively. Diba? Sabi nga nila, you have to use your brain, but you have to use your heart too. You have to carry your heart, but you have to bring your brain too. Hindi pwede na yung isa lang. Okay? I hope clear po tayo doon. Yan. So, next natin. Okay, so it goes beyond traditional measuring of IQ, recognizing the importance of understanding and managing emotions. Back in the days kasi, baka nga until now pa rin as you can see, I am a professor in a university, in NU, National University. And nakikita ko dito, na-observe ko, but not in everyone naman, that there are still some people who put more premium to intelligence quotient over emotional quotient. Diba? Parang mas importante sa kanila na mataas ang, so to speak ganito, mas importante sa kanila na mataas ang grade nila kaysa may kaibigan sila. Hindi ba pwedeng parehas? Diba? I mean, nakukuha mo yung good grades or if you want the best grade, no problem. But at the same time, you have a good relationship with people around you. Okay? You cannot compromise yung relationship with other people over something just for a paper. 'Di ba? Just for, when I say paper, yung grades natin. So therefore, hindi pwede na matalino ka lang. Dapat dito, matalino ka na, mahusay ka pang makipagkapwa-tao. That's where the EQ comes in. Right? Next, by developing their EQ, leaders can foster stronger relationships, improve communication, and ultimately achieve better results. Okay? It's definitely a great thing for a leader to be emotionally intelligent, di ba? Kasi ibig sabihin nito, alam ng leader kung papaano niya i-steer yung grupo niya, okay, na nililid niya into a more useful into a better path, okay, and into a happier, okay, working environment among people. It's one thing. It's another kung yung mga tao mo may good EQ din. Kasi 'di ba parang let's cut some slack naman for our leaders. Hindi naman pwede na yung leaders mo lang ang mataas ang EQ. Kailangan yung followers natin good at mataas din ang EQ. Kasi eventually yung followers na yan sila rin naman ang papalit dun sa leaders. When the leaders need to, take a rest because every one of us needs it. Okay po? So again, ibinabalance lang natin. Even though we're talking about effective leadership, we are also talking about being a good team player. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng yung leaders lang ang mataas ang EQ. Dapat yung team players din natin mataas ang EQ. Meaning, lahat tayo dapat okay ang EQ. Pansinin po ninyo, ang isang organization na laging maraming hanash, maraming ebas ang mga tao sa isa't isa, ito yung grupo na mababa ang EQ. Pero yung mga workplaces na tawag dito, na-achieve ang kanilang mga KPI and at the same time having a very good relationship with each other, kahit pa sabihin mo na wala namang cum laude sa mga yan, wala namang graduate with honors sa mga yan, pero mataas ang EQ. Di ba? So, that's something na gusto nating ma-achieve for our workplaces. Okay? Yan, tuloy tayo. So, key components of emotional intelligence for leaders. Yan. Okay pa po ba ang lahat dyan? Kung okay pa po, paki-type in nga po sa ating chat box 1212. Tignan nga natin. Ayun, ang bilis. Alright. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm quite happy that you are. Okay? Kudos to everyone. Okay, so now, let's keep the ball rolling. Key components of emotional intelligence for leaders. So, let's start with, of course, saan pa nga ba? Kung di sa sarili natin. Self-awareness. EQ always start with self-awareness. People who are successful always start with themselves. Okay? Huwag kayo maniniwala doon sa mga politicians na sinasabi na lahat na lang daw ay para sa bayan, wala na daw para sa kanila. Wrong yun. Diba? You can only give to your bayan if you have for yourself. Diba? Parang idea natin is you cannot give what you do not have. Okay? You cannot pour from an empty pitcher. So if in order for me to give to others, I have to start with myself. And the very basic is the self-awareness. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nito? Dapat aware ka. Okay? Meaning, alam mo yung sarili mo. So, one of that is understanding one's own emotions. Recognizing how personal feelings influence thoughts and behaviors. Ang problem with a lot of people na mababa ang EQ, dito pa lang, wala na. Tablado na. Diba? Parang, ito po, usual na na-encounter ko since I'm a consultant in other industries. Okay? Like, minsan, naalala ko noon, when I was in Quezon City, yung nabanggit po kanina, CPT-CSA, Center for the Prevention and Treatment of Child Sexual Abuse. When I got there, meron silang client na nag-aaway during that time. Since I was there, I'm the psychologist, tinawag nila ako to mediate. And then there's this person na ang sagot niya, kaya doon sila nag-aaway, kasi etong kasamahan niya ay masyadong, masyadong sabihin nating mayabang. Tapos nung kinausap ko ito, yung tao na sinasabi nilang mayabang, ang sagot niya, kasi daw ganun daw talaga siya. Ibig sabihin, pagka daw kasi nagalit talaga siya, nanghihiyaw daw talaga siya. Pag nagalit daw talaga siya, nagmumura daw talaga siya. At matapang daw kasi talaga siya. Siya daw kasi talaga yon. Is that good? Of course not. Okay? So, hindi mo naiintindihan ng husto yung emotions mo on that way. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, there are layers of emotionalities within emotionalities. Okay? Ibig sabihin, there are times na ang feeling mo, nagagalit ka. Pero ang totoo, hindi yun galit kung hindi sakit. May times na naproprostrate ka, pero hindi lang siya simpleng frustration. It's more like, for others, it could be grieving. Okay, grieving naman po kasi is not just dahil namatayan ka. Okay, yung extreme feelings of loss, something like that. Okay, so your ability to understand the layers of your emotion is a very important tool na dapat i-inculcate mo sa sarili mo in order for you to become a very effective leader utilizing and leveraging yung ating EQ. Okay? Next one. Accurate self-assessment. Ayan, identifying strengths and weaknesses honestly. Another problem with a lot of people that I encounter. Oh, ba't ba kayo nagkakaproblema? Anong sagot niya? Kasi naman siya. Kasi naman sila. Kasi naman silang lahat. Oh, nasan yung kasi ikaw? Oh, di ba? Sino ngayon yung affected? Sino yung nagrereklamo? Sino yung nauupod? Sino yung namumroblema? At sino ang problema ng iba? Ang point out nun, ikaw. And yet, pag kinausap kita, ang sagot mo, kasi naman sila. And yet, ikaw yung problema. At ikaw yung namumroblema. See? May problem sa self-assessment. Ang tingin niya lagi, siya yung biktima. Oh, that's another thing na na-observe ko. For those people playing a lot of victim roles, di ba? Parang playing a victim lagi. Para bang ang dating siya na lang at siya lagi ang nabibiktima and the others are always the perpetrators. Those kind of people, oftentimes when you look at it, sila talaga ang perpetrator. They just gaslight the situation. By merely not taking accountability and responsibility of your reactions to those situations, victimize other people. And yet, you don't recognize it. Ayun. Kasi nga, wala kang accurate self-assessment. Ayan. Okay? Ayun po. Ayun, may comment pala si Ma'am or si Sir Ern. Credible. Okay? Ang ganda naman. Okay? Nagagawa daw niya yon. I think yung kanina pinag-uusapan natin. Alright? Thank you po. Okay? Then, another factor on self-awareness, yan. Self-confidence. Believing in one's abilities and decisions. A lot of people do not appreciate confidence. Bakit? Ang tingin kasi nila sa confidence, arrogance. Nakakalungkot. Di ba? Kasi ang kulturang Pilipino, ang tingin natin sa isang taong self-confident ay mayabang. Bakit? Ba't naging mayabang? Pagkapahalimbawa ganito, sinabi ko sa inyong lahat, okay, there are 251 of us here. Sabi ko sa inyo, magaling po ako at nare-recognize ko yung aking kakayahan. That would mean I am confident. And you have to appreciate that. Ang problema, yung mga tao na negative ang attitude at mababa ang EQ, ang tingin doon, kaya bang akala mo naman kung sinong magaling nagkaroon lang ng titulo akala mo naman ng kung sino. Oh, ayan. Oh, so sino ngayon ang problema doon? Walang problem doon kung tutuusin, attitude lang natin kasi nga kulang tayo ng self-awareness. Take note, from the psychological perspective, nayayabangan mo lang ang isang tao only and if only okay, yung kakayahan niya, nakikita mong higit sa'yo. Pero once na makita mo na yung isang tao ay kapantay mo or higit ka, hindi mo siya mayayabangan. See? So anong problem ngayon natin doon? It's not yabang, it's not ines, it's more like inggit. O, di ba? Going back doon sa understanding one's emotion. Minsan naiinis tayo, okay? Pero ang totoo, naiinggit ka lang. Kasi nga, kaya niya, ikaw hindi mo kaya. Yan. There is a fine line between confidence and arrogance. That's true. Okay? I-translate natin yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina. Yung binanggit ko na, I'm talking to all of you and I tell you, sa tingin ko po ako ay magaling, ako po ay mahusay, ako po ay kaaya-aya, etc. Confidence yon. Okay? Bakit? Kasi kaya kong sabihin sa inyo, in confidence. Ang arrogance doon would be, ako po ay mas magaling kaysa sa inyong lahat. Kasi ako po ay doktor, kasi ako po ay psychologist, kasi ako po ay ganito. Yun yung arrogance. Di ba? Ibig sabihin nito, kinukumpara mo na ngayon yung sarili mo to other people. That's the arrogance. Okay? Yun, yeah, definitely. That's the insecurity per se. Okay? Pero if you're talking about yourself, not in comparison with other people, that's confidence. Di ba? Kasi Kaya ko bang sabihin na magaling ako in comparison with other people? Yes. At kapag ka-highlight ko yon, probably arrogance yon. Pero if I'm going to just highlight that I appreciate myself enough to what I am capable of doing, that is confidence. And we have to bank on that. Yan. What if, sir, yung arrogant na kasama mo ay talagang walang ikabuga? Yan na nga po yung problem. Okay? Kulang ng self-awareness, di ba? Confident ka, pero wala ka naman palang ibubuga. Ibig sabihin nito, latang walang laman ka, maingay ka lang. So kulang ka pa rin ng self-awareness kasi hindi mo alam paano mo ile-level up or ile-level down yung confidence mo in relation to your abilities. Siyempre, kailangan tugmayan. Yun. Alright? Yan. Thank you po, Ma'am Emmy, doon sa inyong chat. I hope I was able to answer that. Okay? Kaya mahirap po minsan na sa atin nang gagaling lagi yung salita eh. Let other people say it and say it as well. Pero the other way around also works. If other people cannot say it because yun nga, may certain degree of insecurity, then make yourself be heard. And make your presence be felt. Confidence yon. Huwag mo lang iparamdam sa kapwa mo na ikaw ang pinakamagaling kaysa sa kanila. That's the arrogance. Okay? Yan. Kaya tama po eh. There's a very fine line in between confidence and arrogance. Okay? Take note ha. It's one thing that you say it. It's another how other people view it. Okay? Kasi parang for you, confident lang naman ako eh. Pero yung ibang tao tingin sa akin mayabang ako. Okay, so there are two factors there. First one is you.
Okay, so medyo may konting technical glitch lang ho tayo na encounters of the moment, I'm afraid. So let's try to reach out po no, sa ating RP as the discussion is getting, lost connection. Yeah, okay. So papunta na tayo sa pinaka-climax ng ating discussion. So let's just wait for our RP to join us back. Pero sana makabalik siya no kasi naka-max out po tayo sa sa number of participants. So yun, sige po. Let's just wait and see. By the way, I hope you guys are having a great time so far, no? So, sabi ko naman kasi sa inyo, hindi namin sasayangin yung oras ninyo dito. So, I'm also having a great time so far. And I hope you guys are also jotting down notes dun sa mga possible learnings na pwede nating mag-share. If kung hindi man natin to ma-apply sa sarili natin, gaya yung sinasabi ko kahapon na ganyan, no? Yung mga example na nasa site even ng ating RP is really talagang napaka-practical ng mga examples, di ba? If you may also agree with me, napaka-practical and also real-life basis. So talagang napaka-realistic ng mga situations, which is definitely I highly appreciate a lot. So sayang nga lang medyo technology talaga. Hindi natin maiiwasan na may mga ganitong mga how do you call this? May mga ganitong mga yes, yeah, okay, tama po. Napakadali niya maintindihan. So imagine no kapag nano-normalize natin yung ganitong klase ng discussion and then natututo tayo. This is not again to judge anyone here no, but also to gain a better self-awareness na rin. Kasi given the example na nasa site po ng ating RP, it is very enlightening na minsan talaga parang bigla na may magkiklik sa utak mo na ganyan. Oo nga, no, what if ganun, andun lang din ako sa face na ganito. Na what if pala na kailangan ko rin ko talaga i-work on yung part na to ng personality ko para ma-enhance din yung part na to ng aking emotional intelligence or emotional quotient the process. And I also wish to give emphasis dun sa sinabi ng ating RP so far, no? Kasi definitely pagbalik niya, marami pa tayong matututunan from him, of course, no? Sabi niya na it really pays a lot to have such kind of level of self-awareness because to help others, you really have to help yourself. Kasi kapag meron tayong sapat or significant level of emotional literacy or emotional intelligence or even sa level at least lang ng self-awareness, kasi yung self-awareness is just a component of, sabi nga na ganyan, it's just a component of emotional intelligence, no? So yung kapag meron tayong sapat or sufficient, ganyan, hindi naman sinasabi na isagad natin lahat agad-agad. Wala naman ganun. So we all are a work in progress, no? So this is not to put pressure sa ating lahat no, na dapat ilagay na natin to agad-agad sa isip natin. So we all have our own pacing, ganyan. So let's take our time to thrive and to grow as an individual and as a person, no? So again, things are really getting exciting here now. So as we speak, our coordinator, Ma'am Gemma, is trying to reach out na with our RP. So 1 second here. Let me just get some status. Ma'am Gems, how's it going? Okay, 1 second po. No, naka-max out ho kasi tayo sa ginagawan po natin na paraan ngayon. Yan, para makapasok po yung ating RP. Pasensya na. And again po, no, ay, by the way, okay, while waiting po na maka-join yung ating RP kasi nasa waitlist yata siya, no? So, again, sa mga kasamaan po natin na nakatanggap po ng invitation pero hindi po makasali dito sa main link po natin, no? So, meron po tayong ipinost po pala dito na alternate link po, no? Para ma-share din po sa mga kasamaan po natin interested din po na makinig at matuto dito po sa session natin for today. Allow me to repost lang po yung link po na sinasabi ko. And of course, please let me know kung hindi pa po tayo nakapag-attendance po, no? So, ipopost ko rin din po kung may mga hindi pa po nakakapag-attendance for the information of others lang din naman kasi since yung attendance natin naka-open na since 9 o'clock yata or past 9 ganyan. Na-share na natin yung attendance form. Sa mga hindi pa po nakapag-attendance, nakapag-fill out ng attendance po natin, so just give us a heads up, just let us know para may post po natin yung link po muli dito sa ating chat box po, no, para hindi po makulkol yung ating attendance form. I guess he's back. Okay, Doc
Hello
Argel.
po. There we go. Pasensya na po. Hindi ko alam ano nangyari. Bigla akong na-disconnect. Salita ako ng salita, disconnected na pala.
Ayun. Ayun nga po, Doc. So, the floor is yours po ulit, Doc. Please po.
Thank you po, thank you. Sige, let me reshare my screen. Tapos hindi pa agad ako nakapasok kasi punong-puno na nga daw. That's a good problem naman. Okay, for a while po, let me reshare my screen. Data ko na lang ang ginamit ko, hindi na po yung aming wifi dito sa office. Sana ay kayanin ng aking data. There we go. Okay, so Sir Jeff, okay na po ba? Sir Jeffrey?
Yes, sir. Apo.
Alright.
Napakalino na po ulit. Go ahead,
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Sir Jeffrey. So, yun po. So, that's the self-confidence that we were talking earlier. And I think we had a good discussion about it already. So, therefore, mga mamin, sir, ang punto, maging confident tayo. Okay, doon sa abilidad natin. Pero, syempre, kailangan ito ay naka-level at naka-angkop doon sa totoong kakayahan natin. Okay, take note, hindi naman po requirement na kapag sinabi kong, halimbawa, sa aking palagay, ako ay magaling at mahusay na singer. That can be true, pero not necessarily kailangan ay kasing husay ko si Regine Velasquez or si Martin Nievera or si Celine Dion. Not necessarily. The point here is that you're confident with your singing prowess, but not in comparison with the great people. But you can also be great. Okay? Again, magta-training ka lang. Alright? Yan. So tuloy po tayo. Another aspect or key component rather ng emotional intelligence ay self-regulation. Yan. So what is self-regulation ba? Ito po yung abilidad natin na kontrolin yung ating sarili. Okay? Again, di ba nabigyan natin ng tuon at pansin kanina na dito madalas nagkukulang ang maraming tao sa paligid natin. And baka nga minsan tayo din. Okay? So first component niya, managing your emotions. So subcomponent rather, you're controlling your impulses and responding thoughtfully even in stressful situation. Take note po, hindi naman porke nakakagalit halimbawa ang isang sitwasyon, required na dapat galit ka. Take note, it's one thing to react, it's another to respond. Reaction would mean doing what you did using your emotions. Okay? Pwede po makahingi ng slide. Yes po, sure po, no problem po. Bigay ko rin po yung GCash ko. Charot. Char lang po yan. Yes po, I will share my PowerPoint, no problem. Okay? Mamaya po mag-promote din ako ng page ko. Paki-like na lang po yung aking page para, ano tawag dito, yun na po yung tulong naman yun sa akin pabalik. Yan, syempre magtutulungan tayo. Okay? Sisend ko po ito kay Ma'am Gemma later after ng ating presentation. Para po siguro pwedeng sila na po yung magbigay sa lahat. Yan, thank you. Okay po, sige po. Sir Ernesto Camposano. Alright, sige po, teka. Picturean muna natin para hindi ko malimutan. Alright, sure. Then another one ay, again po, managing your emotions. So, ibig sabihin nito, dapat ikaw po ang kumukontrol sa nararamdaman mo, hindi yung nararamdaman mo ang kukontrol sa'yo. Di ba ang daming taong ganyan? Tipong halimbawa, oh, Argel, ba't ba nagwawala ka? Eh, galit ako eh. Wala kayong pakialam. Basta galit ako. Wow. So, required ba na kapag kagalit, nagwawala? Required ba na kapag ka-frustrated, nagmumura? Diba? Parang hindi naman eh. Ikaw lang yon. Kasi that's because kulang ka pa ng self-regulation skills. Okay, another one, adaptability. Adjusting to change and unexpected challenges. So take note, di ba sabi nga natin, philosophically speaking, the only constant in this world is change. Ayan, okay, here. And meaning, if things are changing, so should we. Hindi pwede na nananatili ka doon sa old ways. But that doesn't mean that you have to constantly change the old ways. There are times again na yung old ways natin, kailangan pa rin natin pangalagaan. Sometimes kasi we need to go back to the basics. Yan, so to speak. Pero for majority of the time, dahil ang bilis magbago ng panahon, kailangan talaga sumusunod din tayo. Have you ever experienced po kung gaano kabilis yung mga changes? Di ba, no? Ito, mabilis na kwento lang. Last 2 weeks, I went to SM Appliance Store dito sa SM Clark. Since I'm residing po dito sa Clark, Mabalacat, Pampanga. Ano tawag dito? Bibili dapat ako ng DVD player kasi marami kong collections ng CDs and DVDs. And then, nung bumibili ako, sabi sa akin nung tawag dito, nung salesperson, wala na daw DVD player. Outpaced na daw siya. Gulat ako na parang, really? Wala nang binibenta na DVD player? So, ang binigay na lang niya sa akin, yung parang component na ang mahal, yung X-Boom, parang nasa 15,000 yung presyo. Pagkatapos, so, pikit mata ko na lang na kinuha din, and then sabi ko, asan po yung jack niya? You know what I mean, the jack? Di ba? Yung tatlong kulay, yung red, white, at saka yellow. Tapos napakamot ng ulo sa akin yung salesperson. Sabi niya, sir, wala na pong jack, HDMI na po. Sabi ko, ganun na pala talaga ngayon. Ibig sabihin, parang, alam mo yun, parang in just a matter of 5 years or so, phased out na ang DVD players at phased out na ang mga jack, HDMI na mga ginagamit. So, ang point lang natin dito is that, if that little thing happens so quickly, how much more pa yung iba sa buhay natin? And you must be able to keep track on those changes and, ride the tide as it constantly change. That's the adaptability. Okay? May proseso ba how to control impulses? Kasi ako minsan ganyan. Thank you po, ma'am. Yes po, there are a lot of procedures na pwede natin gawin in order for us to control our impulses. It would require a lot of training. Ibig sabihin, it's not an overnight process. Ako po, minsan, even though psikologista tayo, may mga pagkakataon din minsan na I'm taken by surprise by my own emotion. Okay, na ibig sabihin nito, well, sometimes, di ba, ang doktor magkakasakit din, so to speak. But, kung ang tanong ay may proseso ba, the answer is absolutely yes po. Okay, kailangan lang talaga nating i-train yung sarili natin into it. Right? Yan. Thank you po, Ma'am Emmy. Another subcomponent, trustworthiness, maintaining integrity and reliability. Yan. I think needless for us to say dahil tayo ay mga manggagawa ng gobyerno, mga civil servants. Yan, di ba? Meron tayong oath to integrity. Yan, di ba? Nasa civil service regulations natin yan. Na ibig sabihin, bilang isang manggagawa ng kagawaran, kailangan talaga mataas ang level of trustworthiness natin. We do things right even when no one is looking. That's integrity. And we do it over and over and over again. Consistency. That's the reliability. Alright? Kung hindi ka ganon, ayan, may problem ka na naman sa EQ mo. Kasi ang idea mo, tawag dito, parang ginagawa naman nila eh. Not because ginagawa nila, tama ito. Okay? Yan. So, yeah, sige po, Ma'am Emmy, good luck po. Thank you po for that. Okay, next po natin. Yan. Another aspect or component is motivation. Yan. So, when it comes to motivation, this is about motivating yourself. Okay? And sometimes motivating other people as well. Pero take note, kailangan ikaw muna. So yan po yung rule natin dito ha. I think na-establish na yan kahapon pa. Na ang rule natin dito, before we give, we have to give ourselves first. Di ba? Yung ruling sa airline, if you need to put the mask on, di ba? During emergency kapag sa lipad sa airlines, you need to put your mask first before tending to someone under your care. So madaling sabi, before ka tumulong sa iba, which is yung trabaho natin, tulungan mo muna yung sarili mo. Same ito pagdating sa motivation. Salamat po, Ma'am or Sir Redeemer. Ganda naman ng name. Yan, thank you po for the appreciation ng refreshing daw. Okay, so una natin would be yung tinatawag nating intrinsic motivation, finding satisfaction in one's work and goals, regardless, take note, regardless whether mas magaling yung iba sa'yo. Okay, take note po mga ma'am and sir, there will always be someone better than us. You are definitely best at what you do, but there will come a time someone will come in and do things a lot better than you. Di ba? So better than best ang dating. Okay, so there's some issue there grammatically speaking, but it flows. All right? So intrinsic motivation, kailangan dito nakakakuha ka ng satisfaction sa ginagawa mo kahit pa sabihin mo na there will be others who are better than you. And that's okay, no problem. Okay? May mga nakataas po ang kamay. Nagtatanong po ba ito or napindot lang? I think baka napindot lang. Okay, sige po. Next, optimism. So maintaining a positive outlook and perseverance. Ibig sabihin nito, positibo yung pananaw mo sa buhay. Let me just mention lang po, hindi ito yung toxic positivity natin ha. Kasi ang toxic positivity ay kahit pangit na yung nangyayari, goods ka pa rin ng goods. Yan. Hindi po yung tamang optimism. The optimism that we're talking about here is your ability to understand that it won't always be sunny. Sometimes it will rain. And sometimes for other people, when it rains, it pours. And that's okay because that's the time that you're going to see two kinds of people, as we say. Diba? Those people who just get wet and those people who feel the rain. You have to be someone who feels the rain. You're gonna get wet anyway so you better feel it na. For other people na mataas ang EQ, they do not just feel the rain. They dance in the rain. Alright? So that's the kind of optimism that we are talking about. Yan. And then another one ay achievement drive, striving for excellence and setting high standards. Nako, madami na naman akong kuda dito mga ma'am and sir, pasensya na ha. Kasi ako po, galit na galit ako sa mga mediocre. Ano mediocre? Yung mga tao na, pwede na yan, sapat na yan, okay lang yan, okay na yan. Ayan. Bakit ba ang hilig natin sa mediocrity? Yan, napipikon ako dun eh. Di ba? Parang, ang husay-husay mo naman sana, and yet pa nagtrabaho ka, okay na. At okay lang yung okay na. Which is wrong. Di ba? Hindi mo naman maximize yung mga bagay-bagay. Tapos ang problema pa dito, sasabihin natin, kontento na ako sa buhay ko kasi mentalidad na Pilipino, what's the secret to happiness daw? Contentment. Wow, nakontento ka na kaagad na hindi mo pa nga nabigay yung best mo. Wala kang achievement drive. Makontento ka kapag consistently binibigay mo yung best mo. Kasi ibig sabihin nito, consistently achieving ka. Eh kung tipong sapat ka lang, eh bakit nakontento ka na kaagad? O di ba? O yan, sabi ni Sir or Ma'am Vernon, so many daw. That's true. Kaya nga po ito, sabi ko sa inyo, kukuda na naman ako eh. Kasi pikon ako sa mga tao na ganyan. Alam mo yan, yung tipong ang effort niya, kalahati lang, pero ang gusto niya na benefit, maximize 100%. Yun. Di ba parang, ito lang ang ginagawa mo, pero ang gusto mo, maximize yung benefits mo. Hindi pwede. Kailangan match up yun. Kailangan achievement-driven ka. Hindi pwede na sapat na yung pwede na. Yan. Kaya ako minsan po, pikon ako doon sa mga tao na ko eh. Like for example, tinanong ko, ang ganda-ganda ng experience. Pagkatapos, anong sagot nila? Kumusta ka? Okay lang. Wow, okay lang. Diba parang, hello, ang ganda-ganda ng experience mo, peak experiences, tapos ang sagot mo lang, okay lang. Ano, nonchalant ka, te? Nonchalant ka, kya? Ang nonchalance, gumagana sa negativities. Yan. Pero, pagdating po sa mga magagandang bagay, hindi pwedeng nonchalant ka, dapat OA ka nga dyan eh. Yan. Passivity breeds mediocrity. Tama po, Sir Juan Carlos. Appreciate that. Diba? Yan nga kasi ang hilig kasi natin nung, okay lang, sucks lang, pwede na. Ayan. Kaya ang nangyayari, hindi tayo achievement-driven, mediocre, and yet napaka-demanding. O, doon may problema. Okay pong maging demanding ha. Ako nga, like ko sinasabi, mag-demand ka. Huwag kang makontento lang sa kung ano lang ang binibigay sa'yo. Ang tawag natin doon, crumb mentality eh. Alam mo yun, nakontento ka lang doon sa budbud na binigay sa'yo, and yet, ang laki ng ambag mo, hindi pwede. So, therefore, kailangan dito mag-demand ka. The problem naman with other people na demanding, hindi naman nag-e-effort. Hindi naman achievement-driven. Tapos eto pa, beep-beep, ang problema pa sa mga tao na hindi achievement-driven, inggitero. Beep-beep. Okay? What do I mean oh yan, entitled pa, exactly. 'Di ba? Yan na ibig sabihin nito, para bang ang dami mong gustong mangyari and yet kulang ka naman ng binibigay. Ayan. Okay po? No, ayan, di ba? Sabi sa inyo, ang dami kong kuda sa bagay na yan eh. Alright? Ayan, madaming demand lang ng demand, wala namang ambag sa lipunan. Nako, ang problema pa po dyan, wala na nga ambag sa lipunan, hindi pa nagbabayad ng tamang taxes. Beep, beep. Okay? So, hindi pwede. Ayan. Sige, tuloy po tayo before kung saan pa ako mapunta. Take note, I'm a forensic psychologist. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Okay? That I am very, very political. I cannot do away from politics. Okay? Yan. Next, yan. Key components pa, another one, pang-apat, would be empathy. Yan. Tingin ko naman po dito, goods tayo dito sa empathy. So when we talk about empathy, we're talking about understanding other people's emotion. Yan. Perceiving and feelings of others and responding with compassion. Ibig sabihin, alam natin kung kailan ano tawag dito, kailan nasasaktan na yung kapwa natin versus sa kailan talaga siya natutuwa. Yan. Another one, perspective taking. Seeing situations from different viewpoints na not because hindi mo naranasan yung sinasabi niya, hindi mo na siya kayang unawain pa. Yan. Kasi, eto pa, another thing na like ko na-observe sa maraming tao, especially for those na medyo palyado ang reasoning styles, ang sagot nila, sa karanasan ko kasi ganito eh. Yan. Karanasan mo yon. Paano yung karanasan ng iba? Bakit akala mo ba yung karanasan mo ay applicable din sa iba? And yet you believe that you're a very unique person. If you're a unique person, then therefore your experiences are also unique to you. And yet you believe that just because it happens to you this way, dapat ganito din sa iba. Oh. So wala kang perspective taking ability. Okay? So empathy means that you are able to actually take a perspective from other people other than your own. Okay? And the last one, which for me is the most important here, effective communication. You have to be able to effectively communicate those understandings, those perspectives that you have gained from other people to others in order for you to help them. A lot of people kasi matalino pero hindi kayang sabihin o ipahayag yung nalalaman niya. Other people naman ay okay ang emotionality pero hindi rin niya kayang iparamdam sa iba. Kasi hindi niya kayang i-communicate yung meron siya. Kaya nga 'di ba sabi natin kanina paulit-ulit, mental health is also about helping other people. So kung hindi mo kaya itong ibigay outward, kulang. Okay? Kasi parang ang kaya mo lang is to take inward, but you cannot give outward. So that's another one na kailangan nating matutunan. And I think dahil nasa DSWD tayo ngayon, marami dito sa atin ay effective communicators kasi mga empathic tayo eh. Mga empaths ang mga tao dito. Alright? Yan, sige po. 11:53 na pala, pasensya na po. Kakakuda ko ay mag-aalas 12 na pala. Sige, tuloy po tayo. Medyo bilisan na lang natin ng konti. Next, social skills. Ito na po yung panglima na key component ng emotional intelligence. Here, you need to build relationships, develop strong connections with others. Hindi pwede dito na you create more enemies and lesser friends. Not necessarily din naman po na you always have to be or you have to always build friendships. Take note, you can be friendly naman without actually being friends. The point here is that you're able to deal with people effectively, okay, especially when it's needed. Okay? Another factor, if you're able to build relationships, you'll be able to influence them. Diba? Persuading and inspiring others to work towards common goals. Nowadays po, ito po ang isa sa pinaka-essential na skills na dapat mabuild ng mga tao. Not just tayo dito sa DSWD. Yung ability natin to inspire and influence others. Alam mo yun, di ba? Parang it's all about the connections eh. Diba? Your ability now lies on your ability to establish connections with other people. Yan, okay? And last one, conflict resolution, managing disagreements constructively. Again, let me start with this point. Hindi po requirement dito na dapat wala kang kaaway or wala kang nakaaway. The mere point that you're doing something creates friction, and other people moves as well. That also creates friction. And when those frictions, okay, come in contact with each other, sometimes in physics, it explodes, di ba? And that's the conflict. Ibig po sabihin, kung ikaw ay isang tao na mahusay, tumatrabaho, may ginagawa, may prinsipyo, may compassion, most likely marami ka nang nakaaway. Or perhaps, baka may kaaway ka talaga. And that's okay, no problem. Hindi po ibig sabihin ito masamang tao ka, unless you really are. Okay, kaya ka may kaaway kasi masama ugali mo, so to speak. Pero ang point ko po dito is that good people always have enemies. Okay? And it's okay. You just have to know how to resolve those conflicts. Kung paano mo i-handle yung conflict. Kasi pwede naman halimbawa, di ba, sa trabaho natin, pwede naman na hindi natin vibe ang isa't isa, pero when we work together, jive tayo. Kasi di ba, in reality, we don't need to like each other. We just have to work together. Period. Okay? I hope that's clear po. Yan. Now, I'm down to the last part of my presentation. Okay po, bibilisan na lang po natin. Pasensya na, medyo tumagal ang aking presentation. How does emotional intelligence benefits leader? So, improve communication and of course, stronger relationship. So, much has been said about these two dahil nga nabanggit na po natin yan paulit-ulit kanina pa. If you're able to gain a good emotional intelligence, okay ang communication mo with other people and therefore, okay ang relasyon mo sa kanila. And we are all about making and building stronger communications and communicating with people somewhere along the way. Next, effective decision making, di ba? Ibig sabihin nito, if you're a good leader, you're able to come up with decisions that are mind and heart driven. Again po, yung binanggit natin kanina, EQ does not mean using your heart. It's actually about using your brain while leveraging your heart. Yan, di ba? Pinag-isipan mo siya ng tama, pero ginamit mo yung puso mo to implement kung ano yung iniisip mong tama. Meaning, yung decisions mo ay tama at mabuti. Yan, combination of the two. Hindi pwedeng mabuti lang siya, pero wrong siya. Hindi rin pwede na tama siya, pero hindi siya good. Okay? Yan. Next, increase resilience. So leaders with high EQ can better cope with stress and adversity, maintaining composure in challenging situations. Diba? Alam naman natin yan, ang mga leaders, sila yung humaharap sa mga reklamo. Hindi pwede na may nagre-reklamo, mas mataas pa ang boses mo kaysa sa nagre-reklamo. Diba? And take note, lagi ka talagang tatanggap ng reklamo. You just have to sometimes stand again. Okay? Recharge ka lang. Okay? Next, motivated teams. So by inspiring and empowering employees, emotional intelligent leaders can foster high-performing culture. Ang sarap kasi magtrabaho kapag kakagoods mo yung mga tao, lalo kapag kakagoods mo yung boss mo. Diba? Take note po, majority of us dito sa Pilipinas, umaalis tayo sa trabaho not because of the job itself per se, but because of the people we work with while doing our job. So make sure that we are the reasons kung bakit masaya ang mga kasamahan natin sa trabaho nila and not the other way around. Alright? Yeah, thank you. Next, yeah, developing emotional intelligence for effective leadership. So how are we going to inculcate EQ now? Pasensya na po ha, medyo naka 120 na tayo ng takbo. Okay, ayun, salamat po, Ma'am Maria Corazon. So, paano daw po natin i-develop ang EQ natin? So una, assess, self-reflection. Regularly assess your emotions, behaviors, and interactions with others. Ibig po sabihin, kailangan po lagi natin nakikita ano yung ambag natin sa sitwasyon. Lalo na kapag nakita mo na ikaw yung biktima. Hindi kasi pwede na wala kang ambag dito. And take note, you have to always understand that other people, while having their opposing opinions about your opinion, or sometimes even against your opinions, reflecting about how you truly feel about it is what is most important. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwede na laging tama ka lang kasi. Dapat kasi dito, mabuti din ang iyong nararamdaman. So that goes back doon sa ability natin to self-reflect. What if, sir, yung leader ang mahilig magdala ng negative vibes? Naku, yan nga po ang problema. Kaya nga po tumataas ang turnover sa mga companies dahil doon sa mga leaders na hindi mataas ang EQ, so to speak. So sila yung kailangan talagang i-adjust din yung sarili nila. They need this self-reflection. Kailangan nilang makita na sila yung dahilan kung bakit mataas ang level ng negative vibes doon sa company. Okay? Kasi totoo naman po yan, di ba, parang sa bahay, sino nagsaset ng tone? Nanay, majority of the time. Or tatay, kung nandun din si tatay. Basically, parents. So same, pagdating sa company, sino nagsaset ng tone? Di yung leaders, yung mga boss, okay, yung supervisors. So that's why, kailangan mataas ang EQ mo kung ikaw ay magiging leader. Or kung ikaw ay leader. Okay? Hindi pwede dito na lagi kang emotion-driven. Next po, seek. What do we seek? Feedback. Actively solicit input from colleagues and mentors to gain insights into their strengths and weaknesses. So not because ikaw na yung highest ranking dun sa trabaho mo, not because ikaw na yung pinakamataas ang sweldo, doesn't mean na lahat alam mo na. You have to constantly seek feedback. Ibig sabihin, ano ba yung mga dapat mo pang improve while delivering or doing your job? Dapat dito, alam natin kung ano pa yung room for improvement natin. And again, bigyan ko po kayo ng growth mindset perspective when it comes to feedback. Ako, ang tingin ko po dito sa feedback ay feed forward. Kabaliktaran ng back. Okay? Anong difference ni feedback kay feed forward? Basically, same lang naman sila. Ang difference would be yung attitude. Kasi ang feed forward, ito ay, ito pa yung dapat kong gawin. Ang feedback kasi, ito yung ginawa ko. Okay? So, magkaiba po yun. Wait lang po ha. Alright, thank you. Next po natin, be mindful. Yan. Practice mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness techniques to increase self-awareness and emotional regulation. Pag sinabi po natin mindfulness, hindi po ito yung nagme-meditate ka lang. Okay? Yung, alam mo yung nakaganyan ka na, para naka-yoga position ka. Well, if you can, no problem. Mindfulness would mean putting your attention into something such that you appreciate and acknowledge every single detail about it. Okay, the problem with people kasi, ako, nagiging problema ko rin po ito, dahil nga fast-paced ang buhay, dahil nga busy ang buhay, dahil ang daming dapat gawin, sometimes yung little things, nawawalan na tayo ng awareness. Sometimes hindi mo na lang napapansin, bip-bip, tumatanda na pala yung mga tao. Minsan na hindi mo napapansin, people are turning away na pala sa'yo. Yun yung mas malala di ba? Kaysa doon sa mga bagay lang na tipong hindi mo napansin, nasisira na pala siya. What if it's more on the psychological level? So that's why we need to be mindful. Ibig sabihin, example po, pag kumakain, be a mindful eater. Yung tinatawag nating mindful eating. Habang ninunguya mo siya, namnamin mo ano yung lasa niya, ano para sa'yo yung kulang or sobra, ano yung mga ingredients na nalalasahan mo, etc., etc. Yun. So that's one practice of mindfulness. So what if ang leader mababa ang EQ? Ano ang pwedeng gawin ng subordinates? I'm not so sure kung ano po yung technicalities na dapat gawin ng subordinates kasi di ba meron tayong mga rules na pinapalo dito. Pero take note, meron naman tayong feedback mechanisms. Ibig sabihin, if the people deem the leader to be lacking ng emotional quotient, meron naman tayong proper feedback mechanism to make the person be aware. Ipipetition na daw, sabi ni Sir Joe Marie. Well, drastic measure na po yan. Pwede namang simple feedback muna. Yan. Alright? Yan. Thank you po. Next natin, konti na lang po ito. Yan, empathy. We discussed this already. Okay, develop empathy. Actively listen to others. Try to understand their perspective. Respond with compassion. Instead of, alam mo yon, always giving your opinion, especially when it is not asked, just listen. Okay? Ang laki pong pakinabang nung marunong kang makinig. Sabi nung iba, especially mga estudyante ko, sabi ko, matuto kayong makinig sa kapwa nyo. Sagot nila, Doc, hindi po namin alam kung anong sasabihin namin. Wrong. Ang sabi ko, makinig. Hindi ko sinabing magsalita ka. Okay? That's the problem with people. You listen to respond. You listen to answer. You don't listen to understand. There are times nga na ako po, 4 na ang lisensya ko, doktorado pa ako. And yet, kapag nagkakandak ako minsan ng therapy, dumarating pa rin ako sa punto na hindi ko alam kung anong sasabihin ko sa kliyente ko. And I tell my client, I really don't know what to say anymore. And the client would feel validated. Kasi ibig sabihin nito, even pala yung someone of stature, of authority, in that kind of situation, ay hindi alam kung paano magsasalita or kung anong sasabihin. That's validating. And that feeling itself is the empathy that the people are actually requiring. Okay? And every day we need to look at our face at the mirror, ask ourselves, kamusta kaya ang araw? Kamusta kaya ako sa araw na ito? Naging maayos kaya ako sa aking pagitungo sa iba? Or ano pa ba kailangan kong baguhin para ma-improve ako? Wow, 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 wow. So much love for that, Mama Tet Estrada. Di ba? Ang gandang self-reflection nito. 'Di ba? Na instead of pointing to others, kasi sila bastos sila, kasi sila masasama sila, kasi sila. Paano naman yung kasi ako? Saan ka ba may control? Sa kanila o sa'yo? Hindi ba sa'yo? Hence, yung sinabi ni Mama Tet Estrada. Much love for that, ma'am. Appreciate it. Thank you po. Mwah, chuk chuk. Okay? Next natin, build. Build what? Strong relationships. Invest time in building genuine connections with colleagues and stakeholders. Ako po, on a personal note, kung meron man akong pagsisisihan ha, kasi at the moment hindi ko pa nararamdaman. Kung meron man akong pagsisisihan, siguro yun yung I burned bridges before. Okay? Parang ang realization ko kasi lately, I should have not burned it. Siguro perhaps nagbarikada lang ako. Ayun. Ibig sabihin, blinak ko lang muna dapat pala itong mga tao na to. Not totally burned the bridge. So yan pa yung on my note, yan yung bagay na pinoproseso ko pa. Kasi I realize, I have to build strong relationships. And sometimes, relationships turn sour. And soured relationship doesn't necessarily mean pangit na relasyon. Take note, di ba? Sa mga putahe, sa mga pagkain, minsan kailangan mo nang ma-ferment para mas sumarap. That's the point, especially when it comes to relationship. Sometimes, yung years na hindi kayo nagkausap, yung years na hindi nyo nakita ang isa't isa, could actually heal it. Diba? And the relationship would become even better. So, yun yung point natin dito in building stronger relationship. Stop bridging bridges, okay? Pero take note ha, i-balance ko lang. There are moments talaga in our lives, kasi nga nagte-therapy po tayo, so nakikita ko rin yung mga ganitong sitwasyon, na requirement na talaga na i-burn mo na yung bridge. Because it turns very, very toxic already and the other person is not willing to compromise. In that case, burning the bridge could actually be an option. Take note, an option, meaning there are others pa. Okay? I hope I'm being clear. Okay with what I'm saying. Yeah. Thank you po. And next po, I think medyo last na rin to. Yan. Professional development. Yan. Seek professional development. Attend workshops, seminars, or coaching sessions to enhance your EQ skills. And congratulations to all of you, to the 247 of us here. Ito na po yun. Isa po ito doon. Di ba? Kasi it's one thing to read about something, but it's another to actually hear it from the others and have another perspective than our own. Ang downside po kasi ng reading lang would be limited ka sa sarili mong understanding. Di ba? Hanggang dun ka lang kasi hanggang ito ang level of understanding mo. Pero when you participate in workshops, seminars, webinars like this, you gain another perspective to re-understand what you already understood. Yan. So that's what we call the professional development. And hopefully, these different skills or techniques would help us in developing better emotional intelligence for everyone. Yan. Okay, so that's the end po of my presentation. Yan, but before I finally end it, yan, one last question, mga ma'am and sir. How are you feeling right now before I end? So I have here 1 to 7 uli. Yan. Okay. There we go. So I'm seeing a lot of 1, 2, and then 3. Okay. Yun. Bitin daw. Sensya na po. O nga yung oras kasi natin. Hindi, pero who knows, di ba? If you need me, okay, just contact me, mami. Bibigay ko po yung contact details ko. We can have a part 2 of this. I would definitely love it. Whether webinar or face-to-face pa yan, no problem. Okay, just let me know. And I'm quite happy po, everyone, that you are on the 1, 2, 3 because that's our goal. All right? So I'd like to promote po 2 things. First po, yung aking mental health book. Yan, yung picture ko dito parang 5 years ago pa, pasensya na. So I have a book po on mental health, Same World, Different View, a practical guide towards a flourishing well-being. If you're interested po to get a copy of the book, 250 pesos lang po ito. Mas maganda kung tipong halimbawa papadala natin sa isang lugar, tas kanya-kanyang kuha na lang doon. Free ko na yung shipping fee, no problem. Okay, if ever, I hope you'll be, wala po siya sa Shopee basically sa akin lang din po, okay, or sa amin, nung aking ex-girlfriend. Yan. So, if ever po you're interested with my book, you can, sorry, ito muna pala. Ayun, you can contact me in my email address, rgelmasada@gmail.com, or my handphone number, 0935-4938-991. Kindly let me know lang po, okay? Tapos, pwede namang through GCash yung padala ng payment, papadala po natin siya. Only 250 pesos. I hope there will be some of you who are interested to get a copy of my book. Yung po mga pinag-usapan natin ay nandun sa aking libro. Okay? Hindi lang po siya naka-streamline as I presented it, but lahat po ng pinag-usapan natin, lahat ng kinuda ko ay nandun. Yun, salamat po, Ma'am Michelle, for the interest. And last na lang po that I'd like to promote, mga ma'am and sir, if you appreciated what I have delivered, I'll be delivering more through ito po, yung aking Facebook page. Ayan. So, ito po yung pangalan ng aking Facebook page, yung binabanggit ni Sir Jeffrey kanina. It's Argel the Explorer, your consummate psychologist. So, please po, help me please follow and like my page. Yon sa inyong Facebook. Soon po, gagawa na rin ako sa TikTok, sa Instagram, IG, etc. Okay? Kailangan ko na talaga magpasikat ngayon kasi nowadays pala, natutunan ko, hindi na lang ito tungkol sa credentials na meron ka. Yan yung sinasabi ko, di ba? Na parang, tingnan mo kung credentials lang, meron ako niyan, no? 4 ang lisensya ko, doktor ako, full prop ako. And yet, it's not about those anymore. It's about having a platform. Okay? So that's why, dun ko po hinihingi yung tulong ninyo, mga ma'am and sir. Yan, salamat po. Yan, for those who liked and followed me in my Facebook page, yan, Argel the Explorer, your consummate psychologist. Yung po kasi pangalan na Argel the Explorer, yun po yung hashtag ko sa sarili ko since 2015. Dahil ako po ay, parang sabi ng mga kaibigan ko, Dora the Explorer daw. Kasi kung saan po ako napupunta. Okay, so that's why, ayun, salamat po kay Ma'am Maria Katrina for giving the link. Ayan, please follow, like and follow na lang po. Maraming salamat. Nabitin din po ako, pasensya na kasi yung oras natin ay kulang. Pero hopefully po magkita-kita pa tayo. If you have some venues po like this, you can just contact me in my page po or in my email or my handphone number and definitely will be happy for that. Alright, so yun po, maraming salamat po ulit sa inyong lahat. Then, I'd like to end this with this quotation. If you want to know where your heart is, look where your mind goes when it wanders. And believe me, you can never go wrong with that. I hope I was able to deliver something fruitful, useful, and meaningful to all of you po. Maraming salamat po for participating. Thank you so much, everyone, and God bless.
All right.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Salamat po, Doc Argel. How about show more love and appreciation to our RP? Sabi ko sa inyo, di ko sasayangin yung mga oras nyo. Di ba? Angas. Okay, thank you so much po. On behalf of the DSWD Field Office Mimaropa, Doc Argel, thank you so much for that very informative, very insightful, and mind-boggling even na presentation po. And,
Thank you, Sylvia.
and I really have I actually have a lot of things na na-jot down po dito, and since given the time constraint nga po, no, and I understand na babiyahe pa kasi si Doc Argel papunta dito sa Maynila kasi
Yeah.
meron pa siyang engagement sa VGC. So,
True.
would you mind, Doc Argel, perhaps you could entertain 2 questions
Sure,
pre-submitted?
sure. No problem,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you so much po. Kasi po yung ibang mga question po kasi kanina, as we go along po kasi is nasagot nyo naman na. So I think we're now down to our last 2 question naman na po, no? So let me just present po my, okay, where are we? Okay. Okay, for our Q&A session po, no, yung iba kasi na mga question dito, filter na namin. Actually, iba na ganyan is natanong and then nasagot na ni Doc Argel kanina. So, our questions, we're not down to last 2 questions here. First question would be, okay. Naglalag sa end ko for some reason. Please don't do this to me. Okay, Doc Argel, ito na lang. What are the potential downsides of solely emphasizing EQ in leadership po? From
Yeah,
DSWD Field Office 3 po siya.
Thank you so much, Sir Jeffrey. I love that question. Okay? Ano ang possible downsides? That would mean po, hindi na tayo nagiging objective. Ibig sabihin, puro emosyon na lang ang ginagamit natin in making our decisions. And prone tayo mga Pilipino dito. Tingnan nyo, parang, if I'm, ano bang, teka, nag-iisip ako ng magandang example. Para bang halimbawa na lang, ang ginagamit na lang natin ay lagi na lang emotion natin and yung importance ng relationship with kapwa. Okay? Ito, naalala ko na. I have a good example and it's a real example. Back in the days, 10 years ago perhaps, mga ganyan, I had this boss na napakahusay. She's also a guidance counselor. So, ang EQ niya definitely mataas. Pero ano ang downside niya? Super duper bait niya such that yung mga tao na may ginagawa